4. So we have a hamster race, and 3 hamsters line up at the starting line. The first hamster to go 15 meters wins. Okay, so that's 15 meters wins. Below are the functions of the hamster's distance, d and t in meters, with respect to time in seconds. So again, that just stands for y. So y is in meters with respect to time in seconds, so the x-axis is going to be seconds. You may use decimals to aid your calculation solutions. Okay, so we want to go ahead and we start plugging this into decimals. Well, all 3 of them. Okay, so I went ahead and plugged it into decimals. So in decimals, my hamster 1 will be red, my hamster 2 will be blue, and my hamster 3 will be green. Okay, so jumping over to decimals, our graph should look like this. Right, so we have one exponential, we have one parabola, and we have one that's linear. Okay, so now going to question 8. So what hamster is winning the race after 1 second? So now remember that the x-axis stands for seconds. So we go to decimals, so we're looking at hamster 1, and we want to see where x equals 1. So we're looking at that the x coordinate. So when x equals 1, let's see. When x equals 1, this hamster's distance, well, it was 3. Okay, so right there. When x equals 1, hamster 1's distance is 3 meters ahead in the race. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and write that here. So for hamster 1, hamster 1 is in red. So for hamster 1, after 1 second, he's 3 meters ahead in the race. Now let's go ahead and look for hamster 2. So hamster 2. And again, we got to go back to decimals. And again, we're looking for the hamster in blue. The t-squared, so it's going to be a parabola. So hamster 2 in blue, after 1 second, he is 1 meter. Okay, so right there, so 1, 1. So after 1 second, this hamster is 1 meter ahead in the race. Okay, so going back to hamster 2, after 1 second, is 1 meter ahead in the race. And now looking at hamster 3, remember hamster 3 is in green. And now going to decimals, hamster 3, the one in green, let's unclick that. Oh, looks like he is, let's see if we can zoom in a little. He's right there tied with hamster number 2, with the blue hamster. So after 1 second, hamster number 3 is also 1 meter ahead in the race. So hamster number 3 was 1, 1 as well. So what hamster is winning the race after 1 second? Well, hamster number 1 is 3 meters ahead. The other 2 are still 1 meter, so after 1 second, hamster 1 is 3 meters, let's say, from the starting line. Okay, so the other 2 are 1 meter from the starting line. Okay, so now part B. What hamster is winning the race after 3 seconds? So again, remember that seconds is the x-axis, so we're looking at where x equals 3. So again, going back to decimals, and we're going to the red one first. So hamster number 1 was red. So for hamster number 1, at 3 seconds, oh, that's 1 second. 1, 2. Let's see. So 3 is right here. Right. So on the x-axis, we're looking at 3. Right, so we're looking at 3, and we're going to be, oops. Let me zoom in a little more. Okay, so we go up to 3, find where he's 9 meters. Okay, so now going back to, you can go ahead and write this down. Let's see. Well, mine got deleted. So for hamster 1, oh, that's horrible. So again, hamster 1, after 3 seconds, he was 9 meters from the starting line. Okay, now looking at hamster 2. Again, so after 3 seconds, hamster 2, we've got to go to decimals. So after 3 seconds, hamster 2, right, again, we want where the x-axis equals 3. Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3. 3 is right there, so we go up to blue. So he's also right there tied with hamster number 1 at 9 meters. So again, we go to write it down. So at 3 seconds, he's also 9 meters ahead. And now looking at hamster 3, after 3 seconds, and again that's green, so I know 3 is here on this line. Okay, so at 3 seconds, again we're looking at the green line because that's hamster number 3. At 3 seconds, he's 7 meters from the starting line. So after 3 seconds, hamster 3 is 7, that's a 7. Is 7 meters from the starting line. So what hamster is winning the race after 3 seconds? Justify your work? Well, we can say that hamsters 1 and 2, right, because they are tied, are tied at 9 meters from the starting point or starting line, and that's after 3 seconds. So your explanation doesn't have to be exact as long as it explains what's going on in the picture. Okay. Now part C, list the winners of the race in order and justify your work mathematically. So remember that in order to win this race, the hamster has to go 15 meters. Okay, and again, the x-axis stands for seconds, the y-axis stands for meters. So we go to our graph and we want to find where y equals 15. So we're going to start with, let's see, hamster 1. So for hamster 1, we know our y value is going to equal 15. Well, how many seconds did it take him? So we got to find the x value there. So we go to decimals, we go to hamster 1. Right, we need to go up to where y equals 15. Well, y equals 15, and go over to the graph, and we get 5. Okay, so again, you see how y equals 15, x equals 5. So after 5 seconds, this hamster 1, completes the race. Right, so he goes his 15 meters. So now we go back to and fill it in. So again, after 5 seconds, he went 15 meters. Now looking at hamster number 2. So again, you want to know how long it took him to go 15 meters. So you go back to Desmos. The blue graph, 15 meters is right there. So it took hamster 1 3.873 seconds. Let's see if I left enough room for myself. 3.873 seconds to go to 15 meters. Okay, and our last hamster number 3, going to Desmos, seeing where y equals 15 for hamster number 3. It took him 4 seconds. So after 4 seconds, this hamster finished the race. He went his 15 meters. So now we got to figure out which one of these hamsters reached the finish line the fastest. And again, so we're looking for the x values here. Right, so the lower the x value, because we're talking about time in seconds, the lower the x value, the faster they reached the 15 meters. So first place, the lowest value we have is hamster 2 at 3.873 seconds. So first place was hamster 2. Second place is going to be hamster 3. He took 4 seconds to finish the race. Hamster 3, and hamster number 1 is going to be in last place, third place. It took him 5 seconds to finish. I don't have room to go down here. I guess I do. Alright, so this was, let's see, hamster 3. Nope, that was hamster 1. Hamster 2, hamster 3.